In modern life, we swim deep in a sea of technology, surrounded by artifacts and patterns of our own making. These artifacts are transparent to us. They are everywhere to be seen, but nowhere to be found. So we find our way along, chasing whatever is new, presenting style and styling our lives. We're like a young fish joining a school of other fish. We just jump right into the school and we follow other fish in front without any consideration or question. Political and social scholars have been trying to figure out what it is that's polluting our sea. It's modern media, modern technological ways, and our social life that's polluting our sea. Our generation of U.S. citizens is being categorized by words that are very insulting to us, or at least they're insulting to me, and they should be insulting to you as we all begin our journey into this thing called life. My philosophy teacher explicitly stated in my class that our generation of society is stupid. I took that offensive because I'm a part of this society, so in other words, he's saying I'm stupid. He didn't mean it like that, but he meant our society. Is he right? Is he wrong? He is very smart. He does have a lot of experience. So what he's saying, we might have to take into consideration. Modern technologies such as computers, television and video games, our pop culture, and the media have obliviously enabled the words lazy, ignorant, and obese to represent the generation of our society. Today I would like to address these problems and explain why modern technology and the media are bad for the youth of our generation of society and adults. It's important that this be addressed because we live in this society. We're the ones that can change this society. We're the ones that are going to be affected by it one way or another, whether they like to admit it or not. I will first explain how it makes us lazy and disallows us to think critically. And then I will explain the negative effects of our education, health, and morals and values and priorities. In nowadays, things are being changed to devices, simple things now. Old things like shoelaces to change to Velcro or to slip-ons, or using your own brain to do your own math, because now we use calculators and computers, to modern things such as parking yourself, parallel parking, to having cars do it for you. There's modern cars now that have cameras and park for you, they do everything for you. Thomas guides, what do you use Thomas guides to have navigation to do that for us? Personal banking, what do we need to keep our receipts and keep transactions of what we're spending? Computers do that for us. When we get exercise, we have magical diet pills that do that for us. A book that I'm reading in my English class titled Today's America, the author claims that too often we choose the easiest and fastest and least mentally involved option without much consideration. In other words, we want things done the fastest way, things done the easiest way without using our brain, and it's having effects towards us. Let me give you an incident, for example. My friends and I were on our way to a baseball game. There was 3 of us, our way to Palmdale. We had navigation. We didn't want to use the maps that the coach gave us. We had navigation, we had an address. Well, halfway there, navigation ran out of battery, we were lost, we didn't end up getting our game. Why? We relied on technology, on navigation to do things for us, instead of using our own brains, remembering where we were going, keeping tracks of streets, roads, and highways. We were reliant and we were dependent on a navigator. We didn't get there, and basically we just didn't get to the game. A moral of the point of the story is that ignorance fails. We're not using our brain, it's making us dumb, stupider, more dumber, whatever you want to say. It's disallowing us to think critically. Psychologist Talcott Parsons, you guys have probably heard of him, says in his book Psychology in Action that the less that we use our brains to think concludes to the ability to not critically think on your own, that we're going to not be able to make decisions and reasons for ourselves. Now if you're asking why it's important, well, it's important in our everyday decisions. Our life is based on critical thinking. A dean from Santa Clara stated that it's essential. Critical thinking is essential in functioning in the modern world. It allows us to prosper in our personal, educational, and civic life. Critical thinking is a pervasive phenomenon. Without it, it's dangerous. The I want things done right away, and I want things done right now and fast without without using your brain is just making us lazy. Making us lazy is making us not use your brain, and it branches off towards many other things, which I will now discuss, such as our health, our education, and our morals, values, and priorities. Picture this. Let me give you an example of my family. I get home from practice in school. The first thing I do when I come in is I see my mom on TV, watching TV, spending hours on watching meaningless episodes. Doesn't do anything. And she's not in the best physical, healthy appearance. Yeah. And then I walk to the living room and I see my brother on the computer, on MySpace, sending meaningless photos, pictures, things that don't even mean anything. He's in his own euphoric state. He's so happy about it. I look at my sister. She's on the phone texting. She's sending text all day on the Virgin Day Carpal Tunnel. Now, just picture this story because it's going to relate to everything that I'm talking about right now. There's many effects from all this. One, it's affecting our education system. CSU analytical study has proven that literacy and writing comprehension has declined in the past decade and is continuing to decline. According to research conducted from a psychologist from Maryland gathered a diverse sample of more than 1,000 MySpacers, and the results were that adolescents and young adults spend an average of 5 days a week and more than 3 hours a day on MySpace. Over two-thirds are on MySpace 6 to 7 days a week. That's almost every day. And last, more than half admitted that it has negatively affected their schoolwork and their family lifestyle, or both. And you guys probably see it when you guys go out to restaurants. You see little kids on their Game Boys, or you see kids texting, not even talking to their family. So besides that fact, it's also affecting our health. And you say, why is health important? Well, I mean, don't you want to live longer? Don't you want to be healthier? Don't you want to be healthy inside and outside? According to the CDC, obesity in adults has increased by 60% within the past 20 years and has tripled for obese children. Children ages 8 to 18 spend more time, which is 44.5 hours a week in front of a computer, television, or video game set. It's more than any other activity they spend doing except for sleeping. Now, besides this fact, besides the education, besides the health, it also affects our moral values and priorities. If we can't think for ourselves, critically thinking, if we can't reason and determine right and wrong, how are we going to be able to make decisions for ourselves and have the right morals, have the right priorities, make right choices? There's a song on the radio right now, you guys have probably heard it. It's from T.I. and Rihanna, Live Your Life. There's a verse from the song from T.I. that says, the hooping and the hollering back and forth with the argument. Where are you from, who you are, what kind of car you. It seems though as we lost sight of what's important as we deposit our bank account into our account. Our morals are in disarray. We're prioritizing horribly. We're piss poor with our riches because we're unsatisfied morally. Well, to explain it right there, there's something wrong with the way that our pop culture is and with the media expresses. It's taking a rapper who just came out of bankruptcy and now is figuring out, it's hitting reality, he's figuring out what's going on in life and what's important. And it's affecting our morals, values, and priorities. Americans spend 2/3 of their waking lives consuming media, be it television, video games, or internet. Media consumption is the #1 activity for Americans. The average American devotes 45 hours a week to media, more than they spend at school. And what does the media convey? What does the media say? That women need a bigger breast, women need a tummy tuck even though they can't afford it, or that men need a bigger penis, or that we need these diet pills, they're going to make you lose weight and you still do what you want, or that even though we could barely afford our mortgage and we live in a 1-bedroom, 1-story house, that we need a Mercedes-Benz because the person across the street or the person that we saw has a Mercedes-Benz, so we need it. Of course, there are positive sides to technology and pop culture. Things are safer now. The world is, we're prolonging our lives with stem cell research.